Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Goats and Soaps, and today I have two bucklings that I'm going to show you how to band and turn into wethers. So the supplies that we're going to need are alcohol. So obviously you're going to need rubbing alcohol to disinfect the area really well. You're going to need some gloves and some cotton balls. I have these little trimmers that I've actually fallen in love with for the doe's udders, but anyway, these, in case their balls are a little hairy where the band is going to be, I'm just going to trim it up a little bit so there's not a bunch of hair under the band. This here is the California bander, and just depending on how big these balls are is going to depend on what type of bander that you use. These here are the rubber bands that go with it. And they have a little clip, so you're going to need those. I have some hoof trimmers here, and these are just going to be to cut off the excess band because there will be quite a bit of band left that you don't want to leave hanging and dangling there to bother them and start kind of biting at. If you happen to have Banamine, now this is just a pain reliever, so it is a shot. It's not necessary, but since I have it, I am going to give it just to relieve some of that first initial pain. And Jumpstart, guys. So Jumpstart, everybody should have in their arsenal if they have goats. And this is just for any stressful times. It just kind of has a bunch of vitamins in it and microorganisms. So it'll keep their rumen happy and give them some vitamins and extra energy. So there is another bander that I do use sometimes, again just depending on how large the balls are or how old the buck is, but these ones just come with little rubber bands. You open them up, you're going to pull the balls through, and then you close it off and take the band off, but our dudes aren't very little anymore, so this one isn't going to work on us today. Alright, so this is the tool you're going to need. This is the California bander. And what we're going to do with it is put our hand through here. This black part comes to the back of the hand, and you're going to grip the rest of it. And this is the band that you use, and it has a hook on it. If you see this little notch, it's actually going to come right in here, and that's what helps it stay in place. So these bands are very important to use with the California bander. They are for the bander, so don't try using anything else. But what you're going to do is put it through here, and it latches, and then you're going to pull it and hold it with your fingers. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to do it on a towel first, and it's actually something I try because I only do this once a year, so it's something that I do before I actually do it on a buck anyway, just to remember for myself. So anyway, we have this in our hands. The band is between your two fingers. You're going to pull it really tight, bring it around, and hook it. And then it unlatches. So what you're going to want to look for is that it was so super tight that you couldn't get anything under there. It has to be tight or this does not work. So this is a very well banded towel. Alright, so we got our first boy up on the stand here. And as you can see, he's not super hairy, but because I have these awesome clippers that I want a reason to use, I'm going to just gonna shave up high where that band is gonna be. And again, it's just gonna keep any grime and whatnot out of there, make the whole process a little cleaner. It's a little different than shaving an udder. Similar.
I think this term is called manscaping.
Oh my god. So I'm manscaping. Alright, so now that you can see he's got some bald area, and that band is going to go up as high as we can get it. We want both testicles all the way down in the scrotum, and depending on the weather, sometimes these boys really pull them up, so just make sure that both are down as far as can be, and the band is going to go right here, super tight, but both testicles, very important, have to be all the way down in the scrotum. So now we just need to clean that area really, really well. So you just take the alcohol. He's actually being really, really good. And you're just gonna clean all around the area that the band is gonna go. Don't mess around with this part. You want it to be clean. You don't want there to be stuck bacteria underneath that really tight band, because it could cause issues for you down the road. Or for him, rather. Okay. He looks good, cleaned, and shaved. Let's do this. Alright, so I actually forgot to mention that you want to also disinfect your utensil. Just rub it down. I've actually already done this, but that's okay. And the rubber band. So obviously it doesn't do a lot of good if the rubber band is all dirty. Okay. We are ready. Alright, so another really important thing to keep in mind. These teats right here have to be above the band. So you do not want to get one of their teats in that band. So we're going to pull it down like that, and the band should come right below the teats. All right, so you got your tools. So again, I'm going to put my hand through here with the black part on the back of the hand. I'm going to get this hook, get it in place right here, and be careful because it does just kind of wobble, but and then you're going to pull it through those two fingers, and then we're going to go at it. Come here, sir. Ugh. Okay. So I'm making sure that my fingers are below those nipples, those teats rather. We're going to pull hard, guys. Come over. Hook. Okay, now sorry, buddy. Okay, it's supposed to unhook it.
Oh, it unhooks from the other side.
There we go. Okay, so check it out. This is super tight, exactly how it is supposed to look, as high as possible. Both testicles are as far down in that scrotum as possible, and both teats are above the band. This is a perfect job done. All right, now if you guys see what I meant, there's all of this excess. Now that's just, if you don't cut it off, that's gonna bug him so much, and he's gonna start picking at it just simply because of that. Don't cut it too low, but cut it off about the same length as the other one. Wow, these don't look too sharp at the moment. And just like that. So that's still gonna bug him a little bit, but at least it's not getting the back of his leg every time he moves. There you go. Okay, so as far as when to band, what a good age is, it's going to be no sooner than 8 weeks old. You might hear other things and whatever. We don't do it before 8 weeks old. And the reason being is their urethra needs to develop. Because their urethra comes from the balls into the penis. And if that really small funnel where their urine comes out gets you know, kind of banded off, then it can cause them a lot of issues in the future. So anyway, 8 weeks is the youngest, and this dude here is 6 months old. I wouldn't wait too much longer to band beyond 6 months, because it does get a little bit harder on them the older they get. And another thing I'm always getting a bunch of comments on or questions asked is when to remove the band. Never, never, ever, ever remove the band. Once it is on there, it is on there. If for some reason there was a huge mistake right off of the get, I'm not even going to recommend it, but you know, that would be the only time you could take it off. Instantly afterwards, because otherwise you're going to give them a hernia and blood clots and so forth. So it could literally kill them if you take the band off. But anyway, so do not remove the band. What's going to happen is the skin above the band is going to start separating. So it is going to literally start falling off. And once it begins to separate, which is right around 2 weeks old, but before that happens, I'll just say these balls get cold and they're going to start getting hard as a rock. And that happens pretty quickly. But about 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing the balls separating from the skin. And that's when you start keeping a really close eye on it and have Blu-Kote on hand. If you have goats, you should have this anyway, but you're gonna spray the area around the band, you know, probably daily, and it also helps to let them fall off. It's gonna dry out that area, but it is gonna be an open wound and you don't want bacteria going into it, so this is also an antibacterial spray. So Blu-Kote is really, really good to have when they start separating. So depending on, it can take 4 to 6 weeks for these balls to actually fall all the way off. And when they do, there's gonna be a little wound there. Make sure you spray it with Blu-Kote and just keep an eye on that open wound until it completely heals. But they'll fall off in about 4 to 6 weeks. All right, so as you can see, this guy is doing pretty darn good with it, and they're all a little bit different. Some are drama queens with it and take it harder than others, but in a couple of days, they're all back to normal and bouncing around like nothing ever happened. So again, because I do have Banamine, which is a pain reliever, I'm just going to give it to him just to make this whole transition of his balls mummifying a little easier. So Banamine is given intramuscular or IM, and this right here in the meaty spot of the neck, which this boy is meaty, is where I am going to give it. So I'm going to clean the area really good. And Banamine does burn. You're going to see that he reacts a lot worse to this than he did to the banding, but it's for his own good. And you just put it directly in, pull back, make sure you didn't hit a vein, which we didn't, and push it in. And then you rub, 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 and hope he's okay with it. He's okay. No! You see, a shock hurts worse than the banding. Oh, he's a good boy. All right, here's the other little dude we got. He's already being dramatic just from being in the stand. All right. Me in here, buddy. I know. Okay. All right, buddy. All right. Both teats are below. Both balls are all the way down in the scrotum. Okay. Just cut that. Okay. Okay, come here, buddy.
See. The only pain he was feeling was having his head restrained.
And he had an attack the igloo there with his little white hand. I know, he's so upset. Let's go back. Here's your buddy.
So what she meant by his head is all white. She said he had to attack the igloo. That's this thing, and it's Arizona sun rots everything. And that's what happens when it gets sun rotted. It rubs off on stuff. So
all right, guys, so this is what you're gonna see. They're gonna kind of just be up and down for a little bit and kind of trying to get comfortable. But what we did, and it's a really good idea to do, if you see, these are some rowdy boys here, and they were in the pen with them. They're the same age and all, but because they are banded, I don't want these rowdy boys messing with them. I just want them to have their own little space and time. So this little dude and this little dude have their own space. Just kind of work it out, huh? He's doing okay. But yeah, this one's taking it a little better. So as I was saying, it just depends. Some are a lot more dramatic than others. But that's it, guys. Not too hard to do, and they get over it really quickly. All right, you guys, so that is easy peasy. That's all you need to do to turn your buck into a Wether. Now, I will say that I love to do these videos because they're educational and they help people out, but they do get demonetized, meaning we make no money off of the work. So if this video helped you out, then head on over to our Etsy shop and show your skin some love. We have lots of all natural, amazing soaps to choose from, and don't forget about our lip butters and our lotion bars as well. In addition to that, I will leave a link to any supply that I've used today, so if you guys need the supplies to band your own goats, just check the description and you can get them there. Other than that, you guys, we will see you all again soon.